All right. Let's go. What's up? It's Ronnie G. It's your boy. We live on another Wednesday webinar at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. That's why it's called Wednesday webinars. Welcome back for another stock session. Hope y'all ready to learn something because I'm ready to teach y'all. First thing we're going to do is go over my previous trade. Stinger, a big stinger for those who were following on that trade. Man, I was up 20%, went all the way down to 5%, but it's all good. Still profited on the situation. So guess what? I still profited. I'm grateful for that trade. Things to go over about that trade. We're going to cover, what not to do, what to do, and why did I trade that stock? So before we get started on that, we're actually going to go over the overall markets, which is still active right now. The overall markets had a turnaround today. We started out red on today, and this week we started off very, very bad on the week. It's only Wednesday. Yesterday was probably one of those worst days for the small cap market. Now, what am I talking about with the small cap market? Talking about the IWM. As always, I'm talking about the IWM because that's where we are trading. Those are the stocks that we are trading. And that's not the stock I just traded, but those are the stocks that we mainly trade. We trade small cap stocks, any stocks that are worth $300 million between $2 billion. Okay. Those are small cap stocks. Anything under that, you got your micro cap, nano cap. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and zoom in. I hope y'all can see my screen. I got everything up and running. Let's go ahead and zoom in real quick. As we can see yesterday on the 24th, it was a big drop. It tried to push past its resistance. As y'all can see, I have my technical analysis drawn up. Let's go ahead and go to the 1-year daily chart. Like to look at the daily charts to do my analysis. We see the trend line resistance on the channel right here, and we see how it's played as a resistance right here and right here. In right here. So we tried to do it again, tried to push past it. We couldn't get past it. Big drop. We have this SMA 20. Yes, the SMA 20 is playing an effect on keeping this thing up for the short term. We're talking about short-term change. So good to see that. I'm glad to see that coming in because, like I said, I like to see red. I like to see corrections. That way we can get a refresh. We can reboot and look for some new fresh plays. It can't go green forever. So that's how the IWM has been doing so far this week. We actually started off green on Monday, and then yesterday it was a big drop, and then today we started off red, continued on the red, and then now we're on the green side. It was a bullish day, which was good, looking good for the bulls. I would say it has something to do with the previous support right here when it did drop last week. I think that was Monday last week. Not sure what this day is, but this is the 16th. That was Monday last week. Confirmed that correct. We can see where it supported this same area right here. Did it yesterday too. Did it again today, and let's see if it can push past this channel resistance. If it can, hey, all glory for us. But I think this is an opportunity to kind of catch, a couple stocks in a small cap tomorrow. Just because last time it was right here, what did it do? It bounced for 3 days. You had a 3-day rally, so might want to find some plays. See if you can find something real quick. Just a swing trade is just holding overnight, period. So if you catch one of those overnight morning spikes, man, all glory for you. That's the way I used to trade. So you can do that as well. You can do that strategy. You can find something that you can hold for a couple of days. It's just nothing too promising right now. The best thing to do right now is to have no position for me, just because I'm watching. As far as small cap goes, now we're going to get on nano cap and micro cap here in a second, but talking about small cap stocks. I would have no position right now. Now, you may find something tomorrow on this rally, but I'm saying nothing is too promising. So I'm really not too strong on small cap right now. I'm just not. It's not looking so good. So I'm not expecting any plays. Now we might get a shocker tomorrow. It might just skyrocket past this and start making new highs again. Who knows? We'll see. We're just gonna play as we see it happen. Now, looking at the other overall markets, you got the Dow. The Dow is looking to try to push past this resistance right here and this resistance right here. I can draw a quick line for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Boom. So it's looking to stay past it, looking to continue up. We'll see what it does. It made that new high, that history high. And you see the more that the stocks are steep, the more steep it is, the harder the fall is. So I like the gradual up and down movement. I do like that. I don't like when overall markets or stocks, indexes or stocks go up like this. I mean, that's unless I'm already in it and I'm already looking to capture my goal, then yeah, but still then, like, you never know when it's going to drop. So I like the gradual movement that is happening right now with the Dow. Now, with the S&P 500, look, it's looking glorious right now. It really is. Even with the trade tariffs going on, trade wars, we're still looking good, for the American market. It's looking to climb back and retest this 2872. So we'll see how it can keep performing. I like how it broke out this past resistance right here and right here. And guess what? A pullback bounced. You see why I like buying the pullbacks, bounce. Now, I'm not saying buy the S&P 500 index. You can, but I'm not for that right now. So let's go to the NASDAQ. We're looking at the tech, all these tech companies, and automated companies. We have the tech sector, which is the NASDAQ, or the tech index, which makes up most of the electronic stocks in the stock market. It is making new highs. We are back on that. So tech companies, watch out. Now that we covered that, IWM wasn't doing good this week. That's why I didn't trade it. It wasn't doing good last week. Not too good last week. It started off good last week and then ended off bad. But I want to go back. Let's go back to the chat room so we can do a proper recap on that. And we do a proper recap. We can cover up. That's not the chat room. That's not the chat room. Chat room's right here. We can go ahead and take a look at my previous stock. And we're going to take a look on, when I got in, what was my point. I didn't get to cover it too much. It was like slip of the moment. But Bioaq. Now, I know that's long, but this is nano cap stock, so bear with me. Please bear with me. All right. So, Ronnie, what made you get into this stock? Simple. Stock is in an upward movement. Okay? It's in an upward movement. I'm noticing basically this right here. I'm noticing the upward movement. I'm noticing that it's making higher lows. Bounced. Okay. Now, considering what it's doing now, it's piss poor right now. Do I think it's going to bounce back? Absolutely. I think it's going to bounce back. Will I play it again? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to do? But would I consider playing it? Yes, again. Yes, I would. But this is what I noticed. Just higher lows. And it bounced right there. And I got in at 70 cents. So I got it when it passed this point. Now, why didn't I get into it right here? I was a little too late. But considering that this is a new stock in the stock market, I went ahead and started playing this. And it's a nano cap. So super nano cap. And really, honestly, I didn't have a set goal on this. I was trying to practice my trail stop. My trail stop wouldn't go through. Um, I wanted to do my trail stop method where like stocks like these that can go up, 400, 1,000%. You talking about in 2 weeks? Yeah, I was trying to play it like that, and I wanted to use my trail stop method where I usually set my trail stop exactly where I set my regular stop, and then allow it to ride up with it. Just because I like how these stocks play out. It's hard to find these type of stocks. When I find them, I like to just ride the wave. Didn't work out in my favor. My trail stop wouldn't go through. I don't know what it was with TD Ameritrade, but they just wouldn't let it go through. I'm not going to fault them for it. Maybe, I don't know, I had some unsettled cash. I took some cash out, put some cash back in. I don't know. They just wouldn't let me do it. But I still set my stop, as y'all can see. I set my stop at 63, 6 cents and 3 thousandths. And then I got in at 7 cents. And that's how I played the stock. Because it was an upward movement, I noticed the dips. Now, I didn't buy perfectly on the dip, so I waited. And I'm looking at the previous history of the stock, and this is the reason why I was like, all right, let me rock this like a trail stop, because it has, look, keep this in mind, it has no previous history. Like, I can go back. I can keep going back, and it's not going to allow me to go back. This is a new stock, so that's why I played it like that. Now, if it had more history, if it's been up here before, then, yeah, I probably would have had a set goal for 15%, something like that, and had a hard stop, bought the dip, whatever. But I didn't. This is me just playing the stock like I played this before. I'm not sure if I can recall. I know I can recall a stock that I played like this before. This was last year. But these stocks, these new nano cap stocks, and you see that they are previously riding up and they have a legit up and down movement. I mean, I like to ride those stocks with the trail stop. So that's what I was trying out. Didn't work out in my favor. As it did go up, I was up 20%. And then the next day it went up and then dropped massively. I thought it was going to bounce the next day like it did right here and continue to bounce, go up. It didn't. It went down today again. And, hey, it just didn't work out in my favor. But I'm glad that I moved my stop, just like I said in the chat room. When y'all see me said I moved my stop up just to conceal profits. I do that sometimes. I don't do it all the time. That's just a method. But I wanted to go ahead and conceal just because there was a new stock. I didn't really trust it like that. I don't trust none of these stocks, honestly. It's just not my ordeal. But move my stop to conceal profits. So I just moved my stop up a little bit, basically a little bit past where I got in at. And y'all can see where I got in at 0.07. And then I just moved my stop up a little bit to conceal profits. Small profits, but I mean, it concealed them. I'm not complaining or anything. I never complain on any profits. I make any profit, I'm not complaining. But it was just small gain. It was 3%. I thought it was 2%. It's 3%. But I guess after commissions, which is $14, yeah, 2%. Not a big win at all, but hey, I'll take it. Take it. Small position, small win. I'll take it. The stock did move, so I was right on the stock. It just didn't move like I thought it was going to move. And that's why I played it. Upward trend. I see the noticeable dips, higher lows, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to buy the dip, then buy the dip, so I bought the breakout right here. Got in at 7 cents and rode the wave up. It was good up here for a minute, and then I seen it drop. I went ahead and moved profits, and I'm like, nah, I don't trust it. And guess what it did? It dropped, got me out for a small gain, and that's my play on that one. Right now, like I said, like with the IWM and the small cap, I'm really, I don't know, it's tough right now. I'm really wanting to play a small cap stock, but it's not too much out there. I mean, let's take a look. Let's just take a look real quick. It's not too many out there, like, not too many plays. Like, look at the green. But let's look at the red also. So yeah, this one. I looked at this one with somebody. You can see my analysis. I always have my old analysis drawn up. It is now in play, but considering that it's been rallied for, it's already been in green for 3 days. I might want to wait on another small pullback like this just to see. But you can see how it played out. Didn't play out with the pyramid. Usually you take this and you buy above this, and it got above that, but it dropped, but it finally got above it, and that's what you call a curve or a dip. In this sense, this is very risky just because I don't like playing these type of stocks because I see daggers. These are daggers right here. Show y'all what daggers are. These are daggers. These gaps, but these like red gaps, these are daggers. Dagger right here, another dagger. You know, I don't like these. These are like a death sentence. And if you want to get caught in that, you can if you want to. I'm not going to get caught in that. But not too many plays out there. It's a play right here. This is obviously in an uptrend. We have some dips action going on. So this is something you can possibly look at. PACB. And what I mean by that? Dip action. I'm looking for the dips, baby. I'm looking to buy the dips. So we obviously see the stage one. I drew that up real quick. You study, you do your analysis, you get good like that where you can draw it up real quick. Now this didn't make a new high after the dip, but it did make a higher low. All right. And that's what I'm seeing right there. You have a dip right here, rally, dip, rally. So we still have a rally going on. Just looking for maybe you can play it like this. Maybe it got past this resistance. Maybe it can get past. And let's just say it can't get past. What if it can go up a little bit and then you can find another dip? So you just buy the dips. That's what you really want to buy. Look for the pyramid. I'm saying, you know how I draw the pyramid. Look for the pyramid right here and then buy right here for the next rally up 10, 15, 20%. Lock in, go. I always look for volume on the dips. If there's not a lot of increasing in volume, green spring days on those dips, on those pyramids, then it's kind of iffy. So watch out. But PACB, definitely I approve of that play if that's something you want to do. APRN, I've made money on this twice, twice in the same trend, still in the trend, even though it dropped today. Little concerned, this may be stage 3. I see a FU pattern. I don't know. I see a FU pattern. I see it. I don't know about y'all, but I see it. I see a middle finger right here. I see a little finger right here. I don't know. I'm noticing FU patterns everywhere. Just saying. Middle fingers, middle fingers, middle fingers. I see it. It's like this. Y'all don't know what it look like. I do notice that, even though it's supporting right here, I'm not trusting that. So I wouldn't even consider that. If you do, that's on you. All of it's on you regardless, but it's on you. I'm just telling you what my analysis is. So we had a stage 1 right here. We had a breakout, tried to trend, and then it failed because the overall market. This depends heavily on the overall market. So even though it's close right here, I mean, we got something close. It may pull back above this, and if we look at the overall market, hey, it may catch that wave. We'll see. I wouldn't bank on it though. But we have some red, and what goes down must come up. So, hey, I will look at NAT. Consolidation happening going on. This is the FU, as you can see, the FU pattern. Got the middle finger right there. Wouldn't play this. It's just way too risky, way too high up. I want to get in the beginning of the trends. My bad. I had paused because I'm trying to see what is this. I'm trying to like get it out. I like the price range. Y'all probably looking at me crazy like, Ron, what you gonna say something? I'm trying to see what it is. It looked boring for a second, and then I looked at the price range. I'm like, okay, you can play with this a little bit. My bad, y'all. My bad. Um, oh, let me fix that. I would rather put it close right here. We got multiple touches. See if it can continue past that, but we have wide price range. So what I mean by that, look at the price range. I mean, we touching $9 in the chart within the 1 day chart. So you can catch some 15% movements. Where's the resistance at though? We need to always find a resistance so we can time our sell. We like to time our sales before the resistance. So this is our next resistance. If you were to play this when it got past the SMA, you can be looking at somewhere right here. Could you get 10%? Yeah, you could. You could catch a small movement. I just look for the previous resistance. I look for the dips to happen. They don't have to be perfect. This is stage one. So it is watchable. I would watch it until it's up here. That's how patient I am. But you can catch action in between stage one. Yes, you can. I would be lying if I said you couldn't. I just don't like the. I don't like that action. I like the. Y'all know what I like. Y'all know what I like. I like to buy the first pullbacks from the breakout of stage one. So I like for this to break out and then pull back, and then I buy the dips and I make my pyramid, and then I buy somewhere right here. All right, I'm gonna keep drawing that so y'all can see it. We got 1 year, 1 daily. Let's go to 2 year, 1 day. Oh, we got some nice movement on this, but it is. Let's see what we can get here. So we got a stage one. We definitely got a stage one right in here. Definitely got a stage one. Now, within that stage one, it's still in the midst. I will get it somewhere past here or past here. Is it there yet? No. I would just wait until this pops back up on the watch list. I hope I don't miss a day. Matter of fact, I can just set an alert. I'm tripping, right? Set an alert, set my alert, set your alerts. If you don't set your alerts, I mean, you might miss out on something. I just don't like my watch list all cluttery and all that. I like to keep under 10 stocks on my watch list. This is considered my whole watch list. The scanner is considered my whole watch list, but plays I want to look at it right here. We'll get on these plays right here where I found today, this afternoon, around 12, 1 o'clock. I found some of these plays, and I'll talk about those in a second. All right, so we're on a 2 year, 1 day chart. And we got some down some base action. Not bad. Base action right here. And we got a stage one breakout. Yes, we do. I would consider this a breakout. And we had a pullback. These stocks move crazy. I would say this stock is like, it moves up. Like you see how it dips and it moves up really fast. Remember I said about that gradual go up, maybe 60 degree move, sideways and upward. This is 83 degrees. I don't really like that, but I don't knock it. I mean, you can catch some sharp movements. You can catch some really sharp movements. I would love to be in one of these stocks on a dip, but you got to be careful on those dips. So this dip right here, maybe you can catch upward movement. Got the resistance that's really close right here. If it can break past that, then we have another resistance right here, the next one, the next top. And this is how I kind of map out, what is the potential gain on this? Because remember, I want to buy the dip and sell before the previous resistance. So if the resistance is really close, if it's not giving me at least 10% gain, then it's not worth it. So yeah, of course you want it to be perfect right here. That'll get you 8%. So that's not worth it unless you play it, unless you can see it touching this. You can make a judgment call and you can say, all right, well, I think it's going to touch this, and that's 21%. 15% goal would be right there. But now it's trading at $2.50. So you talking 10% gain at max or 15, not even 15. So is that worth it? Is the price range wide enough for me? I would say hell no. I'm scratching that off the rip. Now let's look at CLNE. This is a clean energy company, so it is an energy company. If we talk about sectors, got it right here on the side. Sometimes they don't have them. Some smaller companies don't. This is a classic FU. Don't get caught up by you said stocks that drop. What goes down must come up. Yeah, but remember trends. How trends happen. When you have an upward trend, you got upward movement, downward movement, upward movement, but it's continuing upward. Downward trends like this, they go up a little bit and then they fall right back down. So don't get caught up in that. You want to be smooth. You want to be very smooth with your process. I'm scratching it just because it has the FU pattern. The FU pattern is what short traders are looking for. They love this. They want to be somewhere in right here. They want to have their shares shorted or borrowed from their broker. Y'all remember how that works. They have to get in early while it's still going up. They have to call their broker or put in an order to say, hey, I'm trying to sell and I'm trying to buy back down here. And that's how they get paid the difference. They borrow the shares from their broker. The broker gives it to them. So TD Ameritrade gives you the shares. They give the short traders shares because they already have some 9 times out of 10. And if they don't, you can't short it. But if they do, they borrow the shares. And then when it drops, they get paid the difference from all the people that lost and all the bullish traders that lost. So that's how that works. I'm not getting into that. That's a no-go for me. Automatically, no-go. This is a hard one. But we see this upward trend, right? Drawing these trend lines. We see the upward trend. Let's look at the 2-year daily. I didn't like that. I wanted a wider view so we can look at history. So we see that it was in the stage 1 right here, then it started trending up. I like these trends. I like these rallies right here. You see from the dipping points, I like these rallies. Now it's doing another one, but it's already like y'all see that? It's dangerous. See how a candlestick that does this, like stock went all the way up and it couldn't hold. It dropped all the way down. People just started selling, taking profits. This is a classic day trading candlestick. Very big day. Now, can it continue to move? Yeah, absolutely it can, but am I going to trust that? I don't know. It's already been up for 4 days. Looking at history, it's been up 4 or 5 days, but after that it drops. So I'm not looking to play that at all. But these are one of your stocks that can move up crazy, 60% in 2 days? How many bars is that? That's 3 bars. So that's 3 days. No, I don't know. You got to catch that. You got to catch that early. But classic upward trend. You got dips. You got dips. You got dips. You catch the dips. The dips are going to be right by the trend line support. They're going to be right by the trend line support. We got the trend line resistance up here. This is what you call a channel. Bam. So you got resistance, and then you got support down here. You buy low, sell higher. And you sell before the resistance. But on the dips, I would sell before the resistance in here. Within the channel, not using this as a resistance tool. Unless you're doing trend trading, nothing wrong with that at all. All right, Ben is very successful at it. So if y'all see Deuce in the chat room, ask him about trend trading. That's if you don't feel like watching it in the week, monitoring it. You really don't have to monitor it too much, but if you want to hold for a month, 2, 3, go ahead. Knock yourself out. Have capital reserved, baby. All right. So I like this one right here. You can see the stage 4, which is the downtrend, and then you can see it consolidating. So draw those lines for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't even draw the lines, which is a no-no, Ronnie, but Sometimes I do it anyway. Need to start getting back into that, sticking to the fundamentals. I have to stick to the fundamentals too. We got stage one. We got the stage one. And remember I said there's action in stage one. There is action. So look at that. That's possible action right there. That's a lot of green. It's a lot of green right there. A lot of action that can happen. Price range. Price range is okay. It is a lower price stock. So we got some, it's all right. The next resistance will be right here. That's 22%. So yes, this is a possibility that you can trade that. You might going to be holding it for a little minute, just because the candlesticks are not big. And if you want to hold it for 10%, then yeah, you can gain something a lot faster than what it's moving at. I'm thinking that's a week, 2-week trade to get 10%. I'm trying to gain that in a week. So I'm scratching that. Worth watching, but I'm scratching that. I'm trying to find big gainers. This is the small cap. Remember, we're looking at the small cap. So I'm about to start running through these so we can talk about some stocks on my watch list. I like this one. I like this one too. Started noticing that. If I notice upward, and then I'm looking for the dips. We see the dips. See the history of the dips. We see how it moves. I just don't like that. It takes a lot of days just to gain that 54%. I'm looking for something that can do that in a week. So 5 candlesticks, daily candlesticks. If I can see that in the history, that can move 30. See how that moved 30? I like that. I like that. Nowhere near the dip right now. This might be a dip just because of SMA, but it's under the SMA. So, and then it's not even, the SMA is not even above 20% from the current price. So I'm not even considering trading this right now, but I do want to watch it. I want to see how this plays out. I won't trade it though. Just want to see how it plays out. See if I can find something new. Be innovative. Got to remember to be innovative in the stock market. Stock market is always changing. You might come across a new pattern or something. And then you can tell me. So we can all make money, make more money. Remember, that's what we're doing. We all got to put our minds into this. It can't just be me or Deuce or Kevin or Kyler. Those are ones that you see making the money the most. Can't just be us. So let's see. This one, we got a good price range on this one. But this is a little choppy. What I mean by that, it just doesn't look well defined. You can see upward movements, but it just looks real messy. I don't know how to describe it, but it just looks real messy. It doesn't look well defined. Maybe I can find another stock that's, let me look at the 1 year. This is a well-defined chart. You see up and you see down. You see up, you see down. The other one we were just looking at, it just looks really messy. It just looks up and down all over the place. So I don't like messy charts. Well, I consider this an upward trend. Let's go back 2 years. If I don't like what I'm seeing close up, I just expand my charts to 2 year 1 day. So this is a stage one. I'm going to draw a channel this time. Yeah, I'm going to draw a channel. Yep. So we got a channel right there. Stage one channel. And you can catch some action, but let's look at the action. Let's see if the SMA is at least 20%. Nope. So scratch that. Not worth watching. I want wide price ranges. Let me go back to the 1 year chart. I need more price range. I need it to be higher. I just need it to be way higher. But once it's above the SMA, can you play it? Yeah, you can play it, but you'll have to watch that one. Let's see. Let me go back to the 2 year chart. Sometimes I don't like how it looks. Let's go to the 2 year weekly chart. Yeah. Mm, yeah, you can trade it. It's not in the continuous downtrend anymore. It's an uptrend now. This is more on a weekly basis. This is a weekly chart, by the way. And we have small consolidation right here. Look for the consolidations. This is where you buy. If you go back to the pattern chart that's in the chat room right here, pattern concepts, you'll notice. You can use weekly charts too. I like to use daily because I like to get more detailed. But you could have bought right here, obviously, and you see a small consolidation. It just looked really weird. That's why I went to the weekly chart. It's just a lot of clutterness, but you can see upward, downward movements, which is real clear. Right now, as far as what it's doing right now, it's just iffy right now. I would say it's a little bit too high. I'm not seeing no clear. This is the dip, but I'm not seeing a clear dip. It tried to go up and couldn't go up, so I'm scratching that. I'm going to extend that. There we go. Now we see why it dipped right here. But what is it doing? Why is it not going up? So let's go in close. We got somewhat of a wedge, falling wedge happening. You could play this falling wedge. You could basically set an alert right here and put crosses above. So that way, when it goes above, yeah, you can play it to this next resistance. The thing is, if it comes out here, then you have to time the upside. The upside right now, right there is 6%. That's going to be its most active resistance. And then you have this one up here, which is 15%. So a 10% gain would be safe at $3, somewhere at $3 or $2.90. What's that? $2.98. $2.98, $3. You can sell right there. Some more on the safe side. I'm sending an alert. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list. But that's small cap. I mean, small cap, we seeing a little something. It just hasn't been active in such a long time. It just feels long. It feels like a long time. So I did my analysis on this. I need to clear this up. So I'm gonna clear all my drawn sets right here. All right, I had to clear that up. I don't know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing, but I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't recall. I didn't leave any notes or anything like that. Usually leave notes right here. I see that. Boom. It's above the SMA. Dips. Tried to dip again. Started to rally. Let's see if it dips again. I'm gonna watch this. Just because if it can dip, then you can catch 10%. Not sure what happened, but I reconnected. So we good. We still good. Kind of went in and out. So basically, what I was saying with this stock, I will wait for the dip to happen and buy the dip. So I will wait for it. I want this to fall. Yeah, that it may not make sense to you, but you learn how to trade, learn how to buy dips, dip buy. You'll know what I mean. Like that's why we like the red, so we can buy the rallies. What goes down must come up. So I will want this to drop first, and then trade it above the SMA 20, and then possibly capture some gains. So we do got a little something. We do. Let me go back to that one. Which one was that? EGO. I did put it on my watch list, by the way. So let's see. Let me fix this. Put it over here. All right. GST, that's boring. That's boring as well. Falling too hard. Going down the list. A lot of clutterness. No clear defined patterns. My alert is on that. No. This was not too bad. Let's look. It's a little too steep. It's a little too steep for kind of a breakout. I'm good on that. I've seen this one play out before. I'm good on that one. Looking for some upward movement. This is some upward movement. Dang, this is a lot going on. I made money on this one too. This is SGYP. Let me clear the draw and set. Show y'all what I mean by upward movement. Boom. This is right here on the crevice of the trend line support. So yeah, you could dip by. That's if it can go green. If it can go green tomorrow, this is a potential play. The next upside is 15%, and then the next one after that is 21%. So this is definitely something you want to watch. Now, if the overall market can continue to do good, we can definitely play that. So basically, I look for the upward movement. Look where I can buy the dips. If I can buy the dips, just like this one right here, I can buy the dip. That's 18%. 18%. And y'all hear me talking about percentages because we're talking about investments. So we're talking about a return on your investment. So if you have 10 grand to play with and you make 10% on this right here, then that's $1,000. So the upside, 15%. The next upside is 21%. So you got two scenarios. You can sell before here or you can sell before there. And you can sell for a profit. You can invest certain amounts of money. If you got a smaller account, I will focus more on nano cap. Or not even just nano cap, but stocks under a certain price range. But you can still trade any price range. You just got to look at the percentage and the upside because the percentage doesn't matter. The percentage matters the most, but when it comes to percentages, you can throw in 10,000 and this can be trading at $20-something. And if you can gain 10% from that stock, it's still going to be the same $1,000. So the percentages is what you look for in a return. I'm looking for 15, 20. I'll take 10 sometimes. I even take 3, just like on my last trade. I'll take 3, cutting profits. But that's what you look for. You look for the percentages. The upside right here, that's going to be 15%. So this is definitely a play. Put it on my watch list. That's in a downward trend. That looks like it wants to go up, but I'm not sure about this. I don't like this dagger. I do not like daggers. They're not safe. This looks like a stage 4 just want to continue to happen. Got an upward trend, but I don't like that right there. How it went up. Look like a middle finger right there. You can place your middle finger right in the middle of that chart right here, and I don't like that. So, LC. LC is consolidating right now. I got my old charts on here, my technicals. Got resistance lines. Let me clear that up. That looks crazy. Boom. Oh, I got the wrong. Let me go back to my trend line tool right here. Bam. All right. Upward movement. We got upward. We got some rallies, some pullbacks, rally, pullback, rally, pullback, rally. All right. This will be what? The 1, 2, third pullback. So third potential rally. It is but an SMA. I'm going to watch this stock. I don't think I want to play it. It's just way too steep. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Upside to this, crazy, 29%. So can capture some gains. Remember, when I'm talking about upside, I'm talking about profit potential, where you can sell it before resistance. This is 11%. That's going to be the closest one. But you want to sell it before the resistance. So that's possibly a 10% gain right there. 10% gain is okay. It's not great. It's not the worst. It's good. 10% gains. Is it going to make you $100,000 in a year? Yeah, it could, depending on how you position your money. If you start with 10 grand and you continue to make 10% every time, 10% is a profitable goal. You can gain 10% within a day or 2 or 3 days. If you was to continuously make that and your winning percentage was, let's just say 60%, yeah, you can multiply your 10 grand to $100,000. Now, after taxes, it may be 80, 70, but yeah, you can do that. 10% gains, or don't shy away from them. Take them when you see them, especially in this type of market where it's real slow and choppy. Right now, except for the NASDAQ, I think the S&P 500 is doing good, but that's pretty much the end of the small cap stocks. I want to go ahead and look at some of these stocks I have up here. This is the one that's really just on my list. This is a nano cap. I treat nano caps a little bit different. They don't have to have a direct, upward movement, but when they do, it can be very slight. Like this is an upward movement, it dropped big. Now, the reason I'm keeping my eye on this, I wanted to trade it, but I didn't like how this is what you call a spinning top. It looks like a spinning top where you can take the top and spin it. That's why it's called a spinning top. Spinning tops show signs of indecisiveness. Now, if they in green, that's bullish. So bulls won today. The reason I like this is because these are nano caps, and you can make stupid money on nano caps. I don't play these with very large capital. Anything under 5,000, I'll trade it using anything under 5,000. Maybe throw $1,000 in there, maybe 500. The reason why is because look at the upside. Now you see this upside right now is 173%. That's crazy. That's just insane. You don't have to put in a lot of money to make a nice gain on that. So that's 173%. If you were to take $500 and only take 100%, then you just made $500. So that's why you don't have to use big capital to make big gains with nano cap stocks. And look at the price. Price is barely even 1 cent. So you can definitely buy somewhere right here and sell anywhere within this upside. The upside is up here. That's 173%. Look at the volume. The volume is there. A lot of people are trading this. A lot of people that don't know what they're doing. Is that your fault? No, you are learning what to do. So I would take that. This is why I want to trade it tomorrow. I just don't know how it's going to act. I may want to buy somewhere up here. So I need to see that it can get right back up here. Just because of what happened last time it went up 2 days, it dropped. I'm not trying to get caught up in that. No, I want to get caught up in these rallies. It rallied like this before, so I'm thinking it can do it again because stocks like to retest their previous highs. They just do it. They just do it. Stocks always do that. People always tend to buy like that in patterns because people have patterns. And we're not going to get into psychology today, but people like when stocks go up. This is called being in early instead of being in late. Late is buying up here, trying to catch a little something. It's not gonna work. So I'm looking to buy this tomorrow. Honestly, I am. I'm looking to buy it tomorrow. You will get the alert if I do. If I don't, you won't get an alert. I put this on my watch list because I missed this, and I asked y'all what this pattern was. And if you do know it right now, if you own, go ahead and send it in the chat what pattern this is. This is simple pattern. You can even use your cheat sheet that's in the chat room, so you can log into your chat room and pull it out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna load it up, and then when we're ready to look at it, then I'm gonna see who got it right. So yeah, y'all go ahead and send that what pattern this is. But basically these patterns, man, you catch these patterns, and these are consolidations. So this is what we mean by consolidating. It's fluctuating up and down, it's getting real tight, and then boom, it breaks out. I missed this out. I missed on it. Even the volume is there. The volume is there. If y'all know about the volume indication, I always look for hot volume. And y'all see this white line down here? This is an indication of normal. Anything above this white line is not normal. And we look for not normal volume, which means people are buying at not a normal rate. And the more buyers, the higher the price. You know about supply and demand, low supply. And then that means the price of something goes up. People want it. It's not a lot of supply. If people don't want it, it's a lot of supply, price drops. This spiked out. This went up 27% so far. It's only been 5 days since the breakout. 5 days going up 30% is really good. I would like to see this pull back so I can catch a little piece of it. But if it doesn't, cool. I missed out on it. I want to see how it plays out. Just because you miss stocks or miss an opportunity doesn't mean you don't watch it. You have to do analysis. This is how you pick up on things in the stock market. This is how you pick up with different companies, different type of companies. Like this is a telecommunication company. So I'm looking at these companies. I'm trying to see, what I can find, what type of patterns. Patterns is basically even though this is a chart pattern, patterns are things that happen over and over and continuously. All right. They continue to happen over and over. So things like these continue to happen over and over, and you can buy when they break out of this small little pattern right here. And you can buy and you can sell for a profit. So that's why we look for patterns. Patterns are good. We got PDS. Something I noticed with PDS, it's in an upward trend. You can see it rallies up, it pulls back, rallies up, pulls back, rallies up, pulls back, rallies up, pulls back, and looking for another rally. That upside is 12% so far. The next one above that is going to be 20%. Now you might be in it for a little minute, but I'm just watching it heavily. I just want to see how it plays out. I want it to keep pulling back. Then I'll consider playing it. I just put this EGO on my chart. I got RXMD, as y'all can see. True. Disregard all this over here, but you can see a symmetrical triangle right here. This is what you call a symmetrical triangle. It starts consolidating, getting real tight, gets close to this point at the end, gets real tight, and it's either going to burst up or down. And so I got an alert set for when it pushes past this, it's going to let me know. Maybe I can buy. Price range is really good on this. I'll take it. Upside on this, crazy. 53%, I'll take it. So that's why I'm watching it very close. It can happen at any moment, especially with the PR, the news that's going on with Trump and all this. It could be some good news with the UK. Who knows? I'm trying to bank on it. So I'm keeping my eye on it. I just put all these stocks on here. So you guys seen these stocks that I did my analysis on. I talked about it. Right now, I want to do a quick Q&A. So if you do have questions, now is the time. I always like to do Q&As at the end. So I'm going to send y'all a message, send questions. That way y'all can reply back with any questions y'all have. Please ask a lot of questions. If you don't, I can't help you. I can only go off my process and what's been working for me. Real excited about life, but I'm excited that the IWM is trying to fight right now. It's a little tussle. It's a tussle going on right now, but not sure if it's going to be able to push through. We'll see. I think it's going to fall again. Maybe somewhere right here, then bounce back up then. We'll see. I'm not too sure. I like that it's supporting the SMA 20 on this type of chart. This is an index. So these are big. Indexes are big. They make up so many companies. And so if the short-term simple moving average is supporting it, that's glorious. That means short-term opportunities are very, very good, very in the mix right now. So let me know if y'all got questions. If y'all don't, man, I will see y'all tomorrow. It's another day, another opportunity. Make sure y'all watching video lessons. Watch these. All these are recorded, so watch them. Don't miss out. Don't miss out on these. Don't want to miss out. How much capital do I risk per trade? Depends. Like I said, with anything under $1. Now, with anything under $1, yeah, maybe 5K is my limit. Just because those stocks, yeah, they're super volatile. They can go up real fast, but guess what? They can go down real fast too. So I don't want to take that big loss that's going to knock me out, you know? So nothing over 5K, and they're real volatile. As y'all can see, Collar was talking about it, I think yesterday. He took a big loss on a nano cap. So you got to be very careful. These nano caps, yeah, super profit potential because they super low price. You can buy a shit ton of shares. I mean, you can load up on shares and you can gain a big profit. But, if you taking a big loss too, then, because you can take a big loss. So you don't want to knock yourself out. So 5K, I like to keep it at 5K. Now, anything above, I would say $1 range, out of true penny stock range, I like to use anywhere between 10 to 25, 10 to 25,000. Now, I get a lot of backlash on this, especially from other traders out there. And I've gotten asked this question before because they like, well, if you got, 70, 60, 50K to play with or 30K to play with, why not use most of that? And your wins will be bigger. I'm not looking for the gusto. I'm not looking for the home run. The home runs, they happen. I just don't know how I don't know how sometimes you get into a stock and the next morning it gaps up, 50 cents, $1 from where you was at. It surpassed your goal. That happens. I'm not looking for the home run. They just happen. I'm looking for the consistent 10, 15, 20% gains. Because if I'm using, let's do the math. If I'm using 15 grand, we're just going to go in the middle, and I'm consistently making 15%, consistently making $2,250 or $1,500 on each trade, you stack that up. You do the math. If you consistently making $2,000 per trade, you do the math. Consistently doing that. You talking about anywhere, in a month, talking about $8,000, $6,000 a month, depending on how many you win, how many you lose. If you can multiply that and you consistently making $8,000 a month, then you closing in 6 figures. There you go. That's why I like to keep it within the range, because if I'm taking a loss, yeah, I may take a $500 loss, but my wins are always going to outweigh my losses. It's because I'm not trading everything. I'm not trying to hurry up and make money. You can't hurry up and make money. It's just not going to work. You can't rush into it. You got to wait for the setups to happen and then play them accordingly. Now, with the nano cap, be extra safe. That's why I say 5 cap limit, 5K limit. $5,000 limit. Anything above that, yeah, I will go 10 grand. I will go 20. We'll go 15. But I'm staying consistent on that, and I'll take my consistent profits. If the next day my stock then jumped up $1, and before it even hit my sell goal, it can surpass your sell order. Good, if I make an extra 20 grand on one trade. I made that before, 35,000. I made that 10 grand. I've made that. So whatever. I'm looking for consistency. I'm not looking for the home run. Home runs, they happen. Home runs not gonna make you rich. It's like bonuses. You can just get a bonus. So that's my limit. Any more questions? Go ahead and shoot them. Go ahead and shoot them. Really liking this. Really liking DRUS. Now, I said with nano caps, I do a little bit different. I know y'all seen that. I like to break out on the stage one, and I like to buy the pullback dip, the first dip from the breakout. But on nano cap stocks, most of them are not even They don't even have a consistency. Or y'all seen my last win, like it just didn't have no BIOAQ. Um, it just didn't have no consistency, no upward. Some of them don't even have upward. I look for big candlesticks, previous candlesticks. That means it's a previous hot stock. So it's a hot stock. And this is what a hot stock looks like. I mean, look, it just had a big movement, 700%. So it's pulled back, started consolidating, now starting to move again. But look at the volume. Unusual volume right here. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take a risk on this. Set my stop, protect my account, take my risk. If I lose, oh well. I set my stop. So I'm losing a little bit at a time. I set the risk. You set the limit of how much you want to lose, how much you don't want to lose. Let me say that again. You don't want to lose, but it happens. It happens in the stock market. Sometimes stocks don't go up. If it went perfectly every time, everybody would be rich because there will be an exact science to how you can do this. But there's no exact science. It just doesn't happen that way. But you find what works most of the time, you continue to do that. And that's when it gets boring. You just keep doing that same thing. I keep finding stocks that are consolidating, and then this volume happens, and then I buy, and then most times it goes up. Right now, roughly 70% of the time, shit goes up. Sometimes I call stocks, and I don't never get a chance to get my entry, and then they go up. Y'all see it. Some of y'all make money on it. Some of y'all don't. Y'all don't take risks. Some of y'all scared to take risks. We talk about fear and greed. Don't be fearful to get into a stock if you set in your stop order. If you set in your stop order, then you shouldn't be fearful. If you're tired of losing, then you need to analyze your trades, see what you're doing right or what you're not doing right. Or go back to paper trading until you get it right. Don't never blow up your account. That's rule number 1. Set your stops. Don't blow up your account. Yeah, those are the rules. Oh, by the way, for the newbies, you can find the rules right here in the chat room. They're pinned to the top. Don't blow up your account. I always set stops. Don't chase, meaning if a stock is already up, don't try to get into that because you think it's going to continue to go up. That's how you lose. You catch that FU pattern. Number 4, wait for the setups to happen. Be patient. Be patient. And control fear and greed. Fear and greed is real. Fear isn't real, but greed is. Greed is very real. You got to learn how to control it. Fear comes up. Whoever, I feel like fear is evil. It's not real. It's just you making up shit in your head. Control that fear. Set your stops. Set your stops. I always set stops. All these correlate with each other. And greed. Greed, if you already in a stock and you set a goal for 20%, get your butt out at 20%. Or set a trail stop if you want to get a bonus. But always set yourself up to sell the stock. Don't be greedy trying to get more. It just doesn't work out in your favor. It just doesn't. But those are the rules. Y'all have them in the chat room. Post those up, write them down on Word and post it right there or put it on your background, whatever you got to do. Do it. Be obsessed with this stuff. Do it. This is what I want to get into. Any more questions? Send me questions. Send me chats. And if you don't have questions now, you can always shoot me an email, shoot me a text if you got my number. All y'all should have my number. If you own this webinar, all the Academy members should have my number. Or Band. Just use the app. I'm always on Band. You always see me on Band. Sometimes I'm just looking in the chat, see who's participating. Some of y'all like to go ghost. How much wave grease? See, man, I got that native in me, man. I got that native in me. So sometimes my hair is stringy and straight, but I don't use that much hair grease. I use water, man. Cracking jokes. Yeah, man, water. I use a little bit of grease, and I'm good. I'm light skinned. Just how I was made. I can't help it. All right. So how many hours a day do I spend looking at stocks? We on this webinar looking at stocks together. That's how many hours I do. maybe an hour or two, looking at stocks, like going down this chat room. I mean, not the chat room, but the scanner. Going down the scanner, I'm looking at small cap, depending on what the IWM is doing. If the IWM is not even, if it's going down, then I'm looking for setups. So that's when I look at the small cap. If it's already up, I'm looking for nano caps because the small cap can tumble down any second because it's been up already. And then if that's happening, if the small cap sector's already been up, I'm looking at micro cap. We didn't even take a look at micro cap and nano cap. And I click on this and I take my arrow on my keypad, and then I just scroll down and I know what I'm looking for. So when I find it, I'm like, oh, I'm looking for patterns. And I don't go that fast, but I'm analyzing. And I can tell which ones I want to trade and which ones I don't. Most times, like if I say a stock is in play in the chat room, like I'm saying, like you can enter this stock. Like I can enter this. I'm thinking of entering the stock. Even if I don't, the stock is in play. That means I see something. Either it broke out a pattern or it's my perfect setup, and it's ready to be traded. Like you can go ahead and buy some shares. Usually I already have orders saved with those stocks. So you can create an order and save it on your phone app or on here. All right, one more question. 810. Go ahead and sign it out. How many stocks are normally on your watch list, and how often do you update it? So I like to update it every week, but if the market is choppy and there's not a lot of action, then it may be a week and a half. Usually I like to keep 10 stocks on my watch list. Now, y'all see how I was setting up the alerts. I was using my technical analysis, and I was basically right-clicking and creating an alert right here. Those stocks are definitely, watchable. I just don't like keeping all the stocks on my watch list. So, like if we go to Market Watch and we go to alerts, y'all see a bunch of alerts right here. These alerts are stocks that could be on my watch list, but I'm just waiting on them to cross a certain line that I drew, technical analysis, waiting on it to break resistance. So I like to keep 10. I don't like to keep it cluttered. I like to keep everything clean. I like to keep my charts clean. Y'all probably have seen other charts and you got all this stuff on your screen, and I don't like to do that. So not too many indicators. I got the volume, got the SMA. I like to keep it clean and cut. I'm just that type of dude. If you know me, you know I'm always just clean and cut. I like to keep stuff clean, keep stuff in order. Being organized is a part of trading. So be organized. Don't have all these stocks all over the place. 10 at most. If it's more than 10, that means I'm really liking all 11 or 12. But I like to update it every week. Usually it takes a week. Like, remember, I'm looking to buy and hold for a week at a time. So that's why my list is like that. Sometimes it takes longer for these stocks to be in play. That means they ready to be bought. And sometimes the stocks are on there maybe 2 weeks. So I like to update them every week, scratch the ones that didn't move or the ones I missed out on. I analyze them and move on. OTTN. Y'all see that often. OTTN means on to the next. Got to keep it moving. Don't fall in love with none of these stocks. All these stocks are like horse or gigolos for my ladies out there. These stocks, don't trust them. Just get in, get out. However you want to take that, get in, get out. Get in and get out. Get your money and keep it pushing. All right. If you got questions, I'm sorry I didn't make it. You got to hit me up in the chat room. I'm finna eat, okay? Because I ain't ate today really. I've been really busy. I appreciate y'all for signing in Wednesday webinar. We kicking it raw and uncut every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, try to log on, try to participate. I appreciate everybody who logged on tonight. I hope y'all learned something through our analysis. We put some stocks on the watch list. So look closely tomorrow. You might have an opportunity to buy. If you are not trading live, you need to be paper trading. You need to be trading and active. Because if you're learning all this stuff and you're not applying it, it's to no good. It's to no use. If you're having a hard time and you're struggling, you need to be looking at your previous trades, see what's happening, see what's going wrong. Look at your winning trades, see what you did right, and then continue to do that over and over again. And if you need some help with some analysis, please send me stock charts, send me stock symbols. But send me a stock symbol with your analysis. You can screenshot all this. This is how you screenshot. If you are on your laptop, if you're on your phone, you can screenshot. Just screenshot it. Send me your analysis. I need to see some lines drawn. I need to see something. I need to see, well, I want to enter here. I'm thinking about entering here and exiting here. I need to see your analysis. Don't have me do the work for you. That's not the purpose of the course. That's not the purpose of the training. Make you self-sufficient. You need to be self-sufficient. So I can walk through it with you just like we just did. I can tell you what I'm thinking. I'm going to tell you what's been working in the past, because I've seen these charts. I've seen these stocks over and over again. That's why I can call some of these plays. So don't just send me dry stocks without nothing because you want me to do the analysis for you. No, send me your analysis and let me dissect it with you. Let's work together. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I'm working with you. I'm not your slave. I am serving you as a teacher, but I need some work from you. I need some reciprocity. If I can get reciprocity, we good. Send me y'all stocks. Send me questions in the chat room. I'll be up probably till 11, 12. So you have until that time. Man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining YMC. Thank y'all for being with me, being with the group. Let's continue to be always green. Let's make some money. Peace.